Well, I'm going to begin, guys. I mean, when I first read the description of this movie, it starts with the line, having personally euthanized the family horse, and I was sold straight away. I'm assuming that must have been a similar experience for both of you when you first got the screenplay.
Yeah.
It's definitely different, very unique way to begin a movie.
Yeah, and it's funny.
Yeah.
As well, and it's a thriller, and these two women are just so manipulative and so dastardly, but still, like, it's hilarious. It's really funny. It's very dark.
Because obviously it's Cory's debut. I mean, when you've got a filmmaker making his first movie and he hasn't got any kind of previous work, it's more. Does it represent more of a risk, I suppose, to get involved? Because you kind of harder to understand exactly what his tone is or his kind of where he kind of specialises as a filmmaker.
Yeah, I think whenever you're talking to a first-time director, it's just a person. So it doesn't really matter if they've done work or not done work. It's if you sit down with them. Like, if you sit down with Cory for 2 minutes, you know that he knows exactly what he's doing, and he had a very ambitious, sort of idea for this film and the way he wanted to shoot it, and he was very clear about the tone of it and the way it was going to look and everything. And even, when you see the movie afterwards and he's added all the music to it, you're like, you're genius, you're so incredible. And he's only 27, but he seemed as if he had been doing this his whole life. Like, he really had it under control.
Yeah, he was never swept up in anyone else's vision. It was always his from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right about, the score is so good. This whole film
So
thrives
good.
so much in a kind of atmosphere and the whole kind of feel to it. So that must make it great to watch back for you guys, because I guess all of that's done in post-production.
Yeah.
So it really comes to life kind of after your job's sort of done in some ways.
Well, I think you put in as much work as you possibly can when the film is being made, when you're shooting it, and then you kind of leave. And we've both done things, afterwards, and so I think seeing it again and knowing that something that you put so much hard work into and something that you loved has only just been elevated and elevated as you've been away from it is just kind of get tingles, and you're like, oh yes, talented people.
Because they're incredibly flawed characters. That's quite an understatement, actually. But do you both need to like them in order to embody them? Just generally speaking, anyway, just as actors.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Amanda. I think her emotions are incredibly repressed. And her moral compass is completely off the chart. But she's really trying to be a nice person and to rectify that.
And I got into quite a bit of emotional trouble with Lily just because I really love my characters and I had to really defend all of her actions and everything that she was doing, but people on set would continuously be like, God, you're just such an awful person. And I was like, you can't talk about her that way. I'm literally being her right now. But once the film was over, I was definitely like, peel off this layer and just get the slime a little bit off of me. But for the time being, and still when I watch her now, I still have a lot of empathy for her and I still really feel for her.
So if you went on holiday and you had to leave your pets to be looked after, which of the two characters do you think would you most trust to go around and just feed your cats when you're away?
I think I trust Lily.
You think so?
I don't think she'd kill an animal.
She wouldn't kill an animal. But I wouldn't discount Amanda either, because I think if something was actually, yeah, I'd be scared, like, if something happened to my doggy or something like that you'd just be like, well, it's over.
Done.
Boom.
Oh, it's in pain, all right.
Swift.
And because obviously, you've got quite some dark, disturbing films in your repertoire so far. You were saying before about peeling off layers. You both have to do that after quite a few of your movies. But are you looking forward or sort of hoping to do more lighter stuff sort of going forward, more maybe comedies or anything in that field?
I'm not discounting it. I think I've never really sought genre or sought a particular kind of film. It just so happens that the characters that have spoken to me in my career have just happened to live in really dark places. And I think what's different about Thoroughbreds is my other characters in other films, they had almost a purity to them, and even though they were sort of the eyes of the audience, they were still good. They had that good quality running through them, and so I just really felt for them. Whilst with Lily, I could really feel how all of her decisions and everything like that was permeating through my skin, and I was having to justify them in my own head. So that's where you start to get the ground gets a bit wobbly in terms of, what's right and what's wrong. So, yeah. Don't know if that answers that question.
It does. And Olivia, you're the bloody lead in a bloody Spielberg movie, which is pretty cool.
Hell,
isn't it?
yeah.
That must have been an incredible experience to do that. You must be so excited about it sort of being released and then really officially being the lead in a Spielberg movie.
Yeah, no, it's mental, but I've not seen it, so it might be shit. Kidding. It won't be bad. No, I'm really, really excited. It comes out next March, and I've seen the trailer right before we went on to do a panel at Comic-Con, and that was the only glimmer that I've had of it. But
Looks amazing.
Thank Thank you. Yeah,
it does.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna. I think hopefully it's good.
Even if it isn't, you were still the lead
I
in
know.
Spielberg movie.
No, I
It doesn't
know.
matter.
I know.
Even if it's lesser films, which he doesn't really have, even if you're the lead in one of those, it's still pretty cool. Isn't it?
I think it's going to be quite fantastical. So, and it was to be in it. It was very. It was amazing. Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's not too shit.
We'll see. We'll see. Might be. I'll let you know.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Catch you later.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,